up, peeps? It's Great Why making it happen again today with some more Portal Knights. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm having a great day myself, and today we're gonna do something very special. If you make a dungeon, or you make a game, or you make anything with these sweet logic blocks that is based on a timer, you can use a clock to create this countdown timer that makes sound, which is a fine solution. I mean, that's pretty cool. If we set this to, say, 20 seconds, we grab ourselves a little button. Where's our button at? There it is. Here's a button. And let's place that down. Hook that up to the clock. And we press that button. We get this ticking noise, which is cool. I mean, good enough. It's alright. Little ticking noise is fine. But what's even cooler is a visual way to tell what time you have left. So you can make something like this. Now this is just a prototype I made to see if it would work, and then I moved on to making a real one in my arena, which you guys have probably seen in this video already. Works a lot better. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a sweet countdown timer scoreboard sort of thing. So let's get some space here and let's get started. So the first thing is the aesthetic part of it. So we're going to make the part that actually looks like a countdown timer. The way we're going to do that is we're actually going to use, well, let's just use some dirt for now. Dirt will work just fine. I will mention though, we're going to make something that looks a lot like this. Using coal for the background is very useful, and for these blocks in the middle. Coal is a good idea because it helps kind of absorb some of the light, and it makes the numbers a little bit easier to read. Also, it's very important to have these blocks in the middle between them, because these also help to stop the light from bleeding over into the other lanterns, which can make it very, very hard to read. So I definitely recommend you guys do put those blocks there. It's going to help out a lot. Also, having an edge around them is going to help too, doing something like this. It's just going to help it look a lot better, because it can be hard to read sometimes with the way lighting works in Portal Knights. But that's pretty much what we're going for. And then we'll grab some lanterns. Where are the lanterns? They're up here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? This is too short, isn't it? It is. Oops. Okay, we'll just go like this then. Add one more layer. Get rid of that one. Grab this, 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna make an 8, a number 8, because if you remember like scoreboards back in the day, in high school or whatever sporting events, those old school scoreboards, the lanterns are really the best because they look like the bulbs that go inside the scoreboards. I tried it with other lights. I've gone through all these and tried some different ones like the red sparklers and stuff, and none of them quite glow like the lanterns do. I don't believe it's actually the amount of light that's given off by these that make them work so well, but it's their shape and the fact that when you turn them off, they change color. They start glowing and they change color. And that's really what does it. Once they change color, you can really tell the difference. The amount of light they give off really doesn't matter too much in this instance. But that's what it's going to look like. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come behind this, and we're going to actually make our numbers out of OR gates. So we're going to scroll down here. OR gates are on the left. We're going to grab those, and we remember this is where our number is. So let's start with a 0. And we'll go like this. Now when we're doing this, what you want to remember is we're backwards now. We're going to be looking at it from this side, but we're now looking at it from this side. So we need to do this backwards when we make the numbers. So we make a 0, and then we need some space in between, because if we don't put space between our numbers like this, if we don't put space between them, we're not going to be able to reach some of the OR gates in the middle. So we're going to use a dirt block now to make our next number. So we'll go 0, 1, and 1 is going to be on the left side. So when we're looking at it backwards, we're going to do it on this side, on the right side. 0, 1. And then we'll take our OR gates, and we'll put a 1. Oops. We'll put a 1. And then we'll make a 2, which backwards is going to look like a 5, really. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, and 2. Just like that. And that's going to look like a 2 when it gets lit up on the other side. Oops. And then we'll do our 3, which again backwards is going to be... Oh, now I got to remember. We'll make an E, basically. There we go. Doing this stuff backwards mixes me up a lot, guys. Alright, so we'll go like that. And, oops. Go ahead and make our 3. And then 4, we want to make backwards as well. So we're going to make our this shape. And then the bottom part is going to go here. Just like that. Oops. A lot of mistakes today. Oh, man. I just woke up, so I'm a little bit tired. But we'll get through this, I promise. 4. And then 5 is going to look like a 2, actually. So we'll go ahead and do a 2. 2. Or 5, rather. Oh, man. Look at me placing blocks all over the place on accident. You know what? It won't matter because we're going to get rid of it eventually anyway. Whatever. We're going to break these blocks anyway. So there's our 5. Let's go ahead and do that one. Get rid of that. 6 will be like that. Oops. 7 then would be, I believe, like this, right? That's a backwards 7, isn't it? I think so. 7 and then 8. That one is just like a normal 8. Nine will be like this. And that's the last one we actually need to do because we already have a 0. And you'll do this again on this side if you want to make 2 numbers. If you want to do like a double countdown, like 10, 9, 8, 7. If you want to start with 10, you'd have a 1 over here. You could do all the way down from 99. That's what I did on my arena build. But we're not going to do that today just because it's a lot of the same thing over and over again. It's not really necessary. If you guys want to have 2 countdowns, go ahead and just make a double one. And you can pretty much have the same thing. Now, what we're going to do is get rid of these dirt blocks so that we have space in between these. Be careful not to break your OR gates, but if you do break one, not a big deal, really. Because, again, we're just making the shape of numbers here. So if you screw up, well, just look at the number. And if it's not right, put back whatever block is missing. Not too difficult. But once these are done, it becomes kind of a tedious part. It can be kind of a pain in the butt. But it's not too bad. It's really pretty easy once you kind of get the flow of things. What we're going to do is we're going to start from the very back. And we're going to work our way toward the front. So let's start in the top left corner, for example. That's where most of them are. You can kind of see them lined up. The top 3 rows pretty much are covered. To the sides. None in the middle here, and none in the middle here. And then we can kind of see where all like the most frequently where they're lit up. So we'll start in the top left. We're going to grab a connection from the one in the very back, and we're going to move up to the next one. Apply the connection to that one, then grab a connection from that, and just kind of follow in a chain. Apply, get connection, apply, get connection, apply, get connection, apply, get connection, apply, get connection. Apply, get connection. And then when you get to the very front, when you get to this very front one, what you're going to do is you're going to take the connection from this very front one and apply it to the corresponding light. So this is the top left corner. So I come over here and I get the top right corner and I apply it to that. And that's pretty much it. So now if we put a signal into any of these, they're going to light that lantern. And that's what we're going to do all the way down the line. So take, for example, now, let's see, what would be a good one to show you? So let's look at the very middle one. Say we take this connection, we then apply it to the middle connection here. And then, oh, we don't have one here, so we're just going to skip ahead and apply it to this next one on 6. So 7 doesn't have one, we'll just go straight to 6. We'll go to 5, 4, 3, 2, and then, oh, 1 and 0 don't have a middle connection. No big deal. We're just going to skip right ahead and apply it to the one corresponding. And that's the whole entire thing. So that's what we're going to do for every single one of these. What we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then when we're done, we'll move on to the next step. Let's do it! We did it. We got them all connected. Look, every single one of them. They're all connected. I decided to go ahead and do 2 rows just to show you guys how it works. Just so you know. Just so you're able to see it and understand and know that it's going to work correctly. So, we've done that part. Now, what's the next part, you ask? Wait, what do you do now? How does it happen? What are the steps? I need to know. Well, let me happily tell you then, my friend. Let me happily tell you. So, there's a couple steps here. We're going to need 2 different kinds of things. We're going to jump down into our logic items. We're going to grab a timer. And we'll grab some delays. So let's go ahead and do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come to the side of this. Let's see. Yeah, let's come over here to the side. Let's give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is good enough for me. Let's give 5 spaces of room here. And in line with every number, let's put a timer. A timer. They're gonna be set to 1 second initially, and we're gonna leave them that way. Look, 1 second countdown. That's perfect. And then we're gonna come over here. Let's place that and place that. Let's grab a timer. Let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. 2. Oops. We don't need that one there. Like this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That'll work just fine. We can ignore this. Is that gonna break this? Nope, we're good. Okay. Then we're gonna take our delay and we're gonna go like this and place them right next to those timers. Just like these. You know what I'm realizing now? I don't think we even need to bother with the delays, actually. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna get experimental on this a little bit while I have you guys on camera. We're gonna get experimental with this because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we even need the delays at all. So what we'll do is we'll take a number. For example, we have 1 timer next to each of them. We have a number. We want to start with 0, or let's say 9. Let's start with 9 and then count down from there. So it should be 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, this one will change, and every second, this one will change. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with 9 on this side and count down. So what we'll do is we'll take this number, or this timer rather, and we're going to hook it up to every single one of these timers for the number 9. So all of them that you see lined up for 9 will get a connection from the same timer, the one that corresponds, that's adjacent to them. And that should be all of them. And then as soon as we turn this on, actually, it should show the number 9. And then we're going to do the same thing for number 8. We're going to go to every single one of those, and we're going to put it in. I should mention over here in this OR gate, it doesn't matter which one you put it into. I use the bottom because the top is taken on all the other ones, and I just try to be consistent when I do these things. But if we go ahead and toss this in there. Middle one, that should be all of them, I believe. 8, we'll do 7. 7's pretty easy, it's just the 3 across. And then 4 down. And you know what, I would do another time lapse, but let me just show you guys, because everything we're about to do right now will correspond to the other side, and then I'll just kind of do that one off camera so you guys don't have to see this boring part all through both numbers. But we do 6, same way. And we make sure we're not having this connect from one timer to any other OR gates other than the ones immediately across from it, of course, because then we're going to get some funky looking numbers. Then we have 5, which is a backwards 2. Into the second connection for all of them. 4. Ooh. There we go. We're just about there. 3. Good, 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 good. 2. 1, the easiest of them all. Just a straight line down the side, perfect. And then 0. All right, and then this one will be our last one, and then we actually get to do the cool part. All right, cool. So the way this is gonna work is we are going to have a button. So let's grab a button really quick, and we're gonna do the old button trick. Let's go with a white button. We'll toss it right here. We'll put a delay next to it. We'll have the button go into the delay, put the delay at say 0.5 seconds, and then have it come back into the button. So now if we press this button, we get a 0.5 second press. So we're gonna take the signal from this button, and we're gonna put it into the number 9. So we're going to start the timer. Input number 1 starts the timer. And then when number 9, after a 1-second countdown, when it starts, it's going to send a signal. And we're going to take that signal from this, number 9, and we're going to have it start number 8, which will make it 1 second before number 8 starts. And then what we'll do is we'll take the connection from number 8 and have it turn off number 9. But wait. Before we do that, what you're going to want to do is we'll want to be able to turn off or restart the timer. What you're going to do is you're going to take an OR gate. Let's grab an OR gate and let's feed it into the side of all of these timers. We're going to go just like this. And then we're going to come through for each of these, and we're going to grab the connection from the OR gate and put it into input number 2 for all the corresponding timers. And basically all this is going to do is it's going to allow us to use more than one thing to reset the timer. Instead of just having the 1 slot, now we have 2, because each of these OR gates has 2 inputs. Now we'll have more freedom to turn off the timer or reset it or whatever we need to do if we need to do that. And you can do this as many times as you want. You can add as many OR gates as you want. You just feed the next OR gate into that OR gate. So you go like this. Oh no, no! Okay, when you try and do things quickly, it tends to get a little bit sloppy. Excuse me. Before I so rudely interrupted myself, what I was saying is you can feed this OR gate into this one, which is feeding into this one. So now you have 1, 2, 3 open slots. So you can make as tall of a tower of OR gates as you want, and it'll just add more options. I'm thinking about doing a tip series where we do small tips like that, maybe 1 or 2 at a time. But for now, you guys get bonus tips in this video. So each of these is going to connect to the timer in front of it. Let's see, have I done all of them yet already? This one's good, this one's good. They're all good. Okay, great. So what we'll do is let's actually make another button. Let's grab one more button. We'll make this a red button to stand for resetting. And we'll go ahead and feed this into a delay also. Delay. There we go. Let's make that 0.5 seconds. Okay, great. And then let's say to reset it, we're going to have this red button be our first input for each of these to reset it. Because that way, if we have our timer counting down, or it's finished and it's done and it's no longer needs to count anymore, we'll be able to hit this red button and have it turn off. But kind of picking up where we left off earlier, this timer will turn on, 9 will turn on 8. Number 8 will turn off number 9. Number 8 will also turn on number 7. And then number 7 will turn off number 8. Number 7 will start number 6. And then number 6 will turn off number 7. Number 6 will start number 5. Number 5 will turn off number 6, but it will also turn on number 4. Number 4 will turn off number 5, but it will start number 3. Number 3 will turn off number 4, but it will also start number 2. Number 2 turns off 3. 3 starts 2. 2 turns off 3. 2 also starts number 1. Number 1 turns off number 2. And then from here, what you can do is you can say number 0 turns on number 9. If you want, you can do that. Which means we're going to need another OR gate because we need to have something, 2 things start this one. So let's put an OR gate there, and we'll say the white button will start it. This OR gate feeds into input number 1. That's why I put it on top. It feeds into input number 1. So we'll say that white button will start it, or if 0 starts, it will also start number 9. And that means number 9 needs to turn off 0. Just like that. So now, if I press this button, it should start 9, and it should start that chain reaction. Let's give it a test. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, it looks like it worked, and it's just going to keep going in a circle until we are done. And that's pretty much it. So if we hit this, turns it off. But we can start it again just with a button press. Perfect. Pretty easy, guys. Now you do the same thing for over here. That's pretty much the same concept. Of course, we'll have to hook all these up. And what you can do is you can just say, if... So I'm kind of running out of time today, guys, but I'll just give you a brief example of how this works. Is what you'll do is you'll use some AND gates. You'll say when this button is pressed, we're going to turn on number 9, and we'll turn on number 9, right? So we'll turn both of those on at the same time. And then you'll have some AND gates that say... Let me grab it here and show you. If 9 is on and 0 over here is on. So if 9 is on here and 0 is on here, then turn on 8. And then we'll do the same thing here. If 8 is on here and 0 is on here, then turn on number 7. And we'll just create a chain like that, so it'll go all the way down to 0, 0. And then you can say, over here, if 0 is active over here, and 0 is active over here, excuse me, and 0 is not active over here. So we'll use a NOT gate here, actually. So we'll put a NOT gate down and feed this into it. So this is 0. So this basically will only give a signal if it's not 0. So if it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, this thing right here, this NOT gate will not send a signal. But as soon as 0 turns on this side, this will send a signal. So we'll say if 0 is active over here and 0 is not active over here, we're not getting a signal from 0 over here, then we will go ahead and send a signal to number 9 to start. Instead of just sending it directly from this timer, from 0 on the right side to switch back to 9, instead of that, we're going to use this AND gate to see if both of them are 0. And if they are, then it's going to send a signal back. But if they are not both 0, it will send a signal back, so it starts down to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 again. If they are both 0, then this will not be true anymore, because we are getting a signal from 0. We're not getting a signal from 0. So if that's true, then it's going to stop at 0 and it'll stay at 0. And that's it. That's the whole clock, guys. It works. That's how you make a clock. I'll probably make an advanced tutorial because there are some other things to consider when we're making a clock like this. If you want, like, for example, a note to play when it gets to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 20, from 20 down, or any weird combination of numbers, if you want a clock to be playing, there are some extra steps involved. It can get a little bit tricky, and so I'll probably do a more advanced tutorial on how to make this timer a little bit more effective, a little bit more. Oh, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Hold on. Look at number 9. Okay, never mind. I thought I made a mistake. I think it was just a different number I was seeing. You will notice with these, they're a little bit easier to see the further away you are. But they are effective. They do get the point across. So a pretty cool way to make a timer. Sorry, guys, I thought I saw a number that we screwed up, but it looks like we did it perfectly. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked this tutorial. Make sure you give a like if you did like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. If this is useful for you, if you enjoyed this, subscribing really helps me a lot. I want to make a career out of this someday, and you subscribing does help me achieve that goal. So please, please do. And yeah, thanks for joining. You've been a pleasure as always, and I hope you guys have just the best kind of day. See you later, dudes.